Hey there, honey. You're probably wondering why I'm bothering to put together a video about snacks, especially considering that I'm on a cruise ship. One of the big things that they do on cruise ships is feed you. Of all the seven deadly sins, the one that proliferates the most on a cruise ship, well, okay, there's sloth too, but gluttony is way up there. There are several restaurants that you can go to that are all paid for, or if you prefer to splurge, there are specialty places for steak and Italian and sushi. There's so many bars on this place where you can get a libation of any sort with whatever degree of potency you like. So what am I doing with something I bought along the way? It's a good question. The thing is, as you've noticed from some of my other food videos, I just like to try some of the stuff I pick up in the local areas, which won't be available on a cruise ship. And this is not meant as any disrespect to the cruise ship. Sometimes they just don't know how. I mean, last year on Azamara, it was Daniel and I that realized that they'd mislabeled their terrines and couldn't tell the difference apparently between ramen and miso soup. So even the best places don't know everything about everything. Besides, there are certain times when the restaurants are closed. You can't just get a snack at any particular time. And while, yes, I'm here at lunchtime and I could go upstairs and grab something, I'm still wanting to try what I picked up over at Foodland. Hawaiian barbecue wonton chips. Somehow I don't think I'm going to see these in the Windjammer. In fact, I don't think I'm going to see these ever anywhere else unless I get back to Honolulu again, which, no offense, it's not terribly likely. Still, I'd like to give these a try, and as they will probably not survive the entire 3-month trip, I might as well eat them while they're here and while I'm on camera. Because if nothing else, while I might not remember what they taste like in an hour or two, let alone 3 months from now, the least I can do is document what my impressions were of it as I'm eating them in the first place. Oh, good. Well, they've got a nice clinging sticker here. So once I've had my fill, I can presumably reseal this thing. I certainly hope so. Because heaven knows I'm not going to eat all of these at once. Even if I wanted to, that would be a very bad idea. Capital V, capital B. Okay. I've torn this in every direction. Well, those little flakes of salt, flavoring, I have no idea. Well, oh man, that is so crunchy. Although admittedly, it's not bursting with flavor or anything like that. There's a slight sweetness to it. This has a little bit more something else. Yeah, it's not what I would think of in terms of barbecue, although I suppose it has this taste that's not terribly removed from the Hawaiian sweet onion, Maui onion, that's right. So there must be some of that going on here. But by and large, it's more this crisp flavor to it. Although, can you call it texture a flavor? I mean, you feel it on your tongue, but it doesn't go in any of those sweet, salty, savory, bitter categories. And it's more on the teeth than on the tongue, really, because of that. They're interesting, but, well, at least it's not one of these things where I'm going to go, oh man, I'm never going to have those again. That's a shame. And I've had some. They're not bad. If I want this kind of crunch, I mean, granted, it's not as airy necessarily, but I could do just as easily with kettle chips. And they're available in Maui Onion back home, so that's not so bad. It's a little different. It's got a little bit of Chinese restaurant vibe to them, as again, they're wonton chips, but it's not quite as unique as I expected them to be. Still, it's not something I'm going to get for the next 2.5 months, so in a way, it's still enjoyable. So, yeah, there's that. Yeah, Lord knows I'm not going to finish this bag anytime soon. So, whenever I really feel like something crisp, probably unwrap a few of these, but I'm not going to go and lose my head over them or anything like that. Still, it's something nice to have, and maybe later I can keep enjoying them for a while. I meant to put these away a moment ago, but I guess I have a few more comments to make. First of all, everything's all folded in on themselves. I think my mom would like these immensely just because of that. And also, I still have them open after about 5 minutes. And, well, you know, again, not making a whole lot of progress on them, but it's like every time I try and put them down, they keep asking me to have another one. They're strangely addictive despite the fact that they're not, you know, screaming with flavor or anything like that. I don't know what it is that's so compelling about them, but I just had to add a little bit more like this just to say that there's something compelling about them. So, yeah, they're better than they are. They're better than they seem when you first try them. I wonder what the furikake flavored ones were like. Oh well, that ship has sailed. So. All right, I think now I can close them. Well, maybe one, maybe one more. Oh wow, I can't believe this. I finally got that put away. So now that I've had something savory, I'm gonna try something sweet. Picked this up in a drugstore along the way, and while most of those souvenirs that I picked up there are coming home with me, this shortbread is probably not going to survive the trip either. So I might as well consume it and enjoy it while it's still fresh. So let's see what it's like, shall we? I used to like macadamia nuts, although I have to admit, I know that their fat content isn't particularly good for me. Although they say it's the good kind of fat. I don't even know that there is such a thing. But this is definitely a Japanese style snack because everything is individually wrapped. I mean, this thing looks like it's going to be the size of a Twinkie. And, yeah, not really. Still, let's see what it's like. Then again, like I said, given the fat and probably calorie content of a macadamia nut shortbread, okay, it's the size of a cookie. It's not all that unusual. Let's see what it's like. It looks like these look like they should taste kind of coconutty. They don't. Very shortbread. And maybe it's been a very long time since I've had macadamia nut. I don't taste it. I don't even feel it. It's probably been ground up so finely that I don't know where it is. I mean, the macadamia nut ice cream I had in the shave ice was a very creamy vanilla type of flavor, with the nuts inside of it, though. So it made it fairly clear what it was. This isn't quite so clear. It's tasty, but it's not calling attention to the fact that there are macadamia nuts on it. If it wasn't wrapped up like this, I really wouldn't know it. And while it's nice and all, not particularly impressive. I mean, shortbread is shortbread, and it's good, but this doesn't feel like something all that exotic, other than the packaging. And maybe that's the thing, you know, good marketing will overcome a lot of sins. And while I'm not going to claim this is sinful, other than, again, the calories and the fat content, I'm going to have to spend some time in the gym this evening. But yeah, it's not really anything particularly outstanding. I can even close this thing up, like right now, and not say, oh, you know, I want a little bit more of this. No, I'm good. And I'm done. So that is a review of the snacks that I purchased for on-board ship consumption from Hawaii. So hope you enjoyed my little review here. It's not like I didn't. Did I waste my time and money? I don't know. That's what a vacation's for. And as long as you enjoyed it, it isn't that much of a waste. But had to do it. And now you know. So talk to you later, honey. You take care. Keep an eye on me. Wish me luck. I'm going to need it. Bye.